Much love, spiritual family. Hope all is well with you beautiful souls out there today, man. First and foremost, let's thank your higher selves for help guiding you to this session right now. I appreciate you so much for taking out time in your busy schedules to be right here. I really do thank you for that. I go by the name Scuba Speaks, aka Mr. Truly Unruly, because there's a topic that people are unfamiliar with or just scared to speak on. I'm gonna speak on it from a spiritual standpoint, and hopefully we can all raise our vibrations, escape this matrix together, and unlock our superhuman powers. You dig? Ooh, I got the white stains in my pits. Ooh, that look nasty. But that's all right. We ain't tripping on that. If you want to become a spiritual speaker, aka a truth seeker, very simple. Just hit the subscribe button, notification bell. You get updates every time I post new videos. And for my spiritual speakers, big up yourself, man. Thank you so much for being right here. Let's get right into the session, man. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. But today we're gonna be talking about women. I remember I told you a long time ago, I'm gonna drop a video about the women. I love women, and this is my video for you guys. I want to show much love and respect to all women out there, all shades, all sizes, man. You are goddesses in my eyes. You are beautiful in every which way, you know what I mean? And don't let somebody tell you otherwise. And they do. Next, get them out of here, coach. But let me just speak real quick to the origins of nature itself, which I already made a video about, but just the universe. And then I can speak on some specific women that might have helped me in my personal life and, you know, just showing love to those doing great things out there in the universe. So first and foremost, I know a lot of people like to say black woman is God. I was under that belief system as well. I'm not going to apologize or take back my words, but after doing further research, looking into it, I started realizing that a lot of the ancient civilizations believed that there was a black hole in the center of the earth, which is true. That's where the North Pole is, but you know, they won't let you go there. That's why that shit's blocked off. Antarctica is blocked off because these are, you know what I'm saying, things that might have to change the order of the earth if we really knew what the hell was going on over there. But they don't want you to know that shit, so it's blocked off. Anyways, at one point, before all this government shit was going on, people was able to access all parts of the world and travel wherever the fuck they want to go. You know, because again, this is our world. Why the fuck are we being told we can't go over here? That don't seem fair. Anyways, they when we say black woman is God, they were saying the black stone is the guide. Okay, meaning the black hole was the direction to show you where to go and how to navigate through this world. Because if you look at every compass, no matter where you're at on this world, when you look north, it points to the North Pole every single time. Okay, north, east, south, west. That's 4. My favorite number is number 4. And the universe created this realm with 4 elements: earth, wind, fire, water. Everywhere you go, that's the genetic makeup of not only me, you, and the rest of the things we see out here in nature. Earth, wind, fire, water. And they all work in perfect harmony together to be, you know, this planet, you know. And that's exactly what a mother would do, is keep everybody in check, even though they have differences, you know. Me and my brother, we are different, but we come from the same mother, okay? So if we had arguments or going back and forth and this and that third, she'd be the one to kind of restore the order and remind us, you know, hey, stop, da-da-da, you know, that's your brother, this, your dad, whatever. And then it kind of puts you in a better perspective. Women have that natural intuition because that's how the Creator manifested them to be. You know, men, we operate usually in our lower chakras, being physical pleasure and physical sensation, whereas the woman operate in the higher chakras, which would be more of a spiritual pleasure and a spiritual sensation or emotional, you know what I mean? So I think it's very important that we return back to a matriarchic way of living versus a patriarch, because patriarch obviously is man first and women is down here, you know what I mean? And matriarch is when we uplifted the woman and we defended the woman at all costs. Her seat of the throne was defended by the men. That's what men was here for, in my opinion, was to defend the woman, not to degrade women. So women out there, if you're with a man who needs you to look a certain way or, you know, have certain makeup on or dress kind of slutty or, you know, whatever, then that's you're not dealing with the right kind of man. Like I told you about these spiritual parasites, you might be fucking with an incubus man, you know, who just, he's in his lower self. He's only dealing with physical pleasure. That's all he cared about, you know. And it's unfortunate because today they're really pushing this, you know, getting tummy tucks and butt implants and breast implants, all sorts of things to make you feel like, you know, you're something, but really you're hurting on the inside. So you're trying to do all these modifications physically, which is, again, your lower chakras, which is the male part of your brain, because we all have male and female parts of our brain. That's a fact. That's some people who might be saying, well, I feel like I'm in the wrong body. No, you're in the right body. You just have 2 different parts of of your brain that you might not be unaware of. You think just because I'm a man, I'm supposed to think like a man all the time. No, I have a woman's brain just as much as I have a man's brain. So we have to learn how to tap into our feelings and know who we are as individuals first and our divine connection with the Creator, because in order for us to be here, we were born. Okay, so the earth and the universe was born. That's why any version of creation is something that shows a motherly sense, because only mothers can give birth to something. So if you have an original thought, then you create it and manifest it through the physical senses. That makes it become born, and you created that. But men, we can't give birth to anything other than our thoughts of things we want to create and manifest in this realm. If I'm a scientist and I want to come up with some kind of chemical that makes, you know, I don't know, fucking rocks float or some shit, you know, I have that thought and that idea. I download it from the Creator to be put in my brain, and then I have to create some kind of image in my brain that I can use my senses or my limbs, being, you know, like the tree of life. They talk about tree of life, the flower of life, and all that stuff. We have also limbs that we could manifest physically to create that idea, which can be born into a creation. Excuse me. So we're all creators, if you think about it. We all have some version of creator, of creativity, but we forget this, and we're just on some like monkey see, monkey do kind of thing. Now, I'm big on, like I say, I look up to, or not, I don't want to say look up to, but I have an innate connection with a lot of the conscious community YouTube creators, even with that, YouTube creator. And they help give me ideas of things I can speak on and spread messages to those who might not have access to those people. But I'm quick to shout them out. You know what I mean? I don't want to come off as, you know, plagiarism, which is exactly what the patriotic way has done. They went over there to Africa, they went over there to all these ancient civilizations and saw that they had depictions of a pregnant woman symbolizing, you know, the universe giving birth to, you know, I mean, the Creator giving birth to the universe, I'm sorry. And even Buddha, you know, they looked at, there was an Asian version of Buddha who was a woman, and she was pregnant, but she looked fat, but she wasn't fat, she was pregnant. So they flipped that and made it a man and made him a fat man, because again, man's ego couldn't accept the fact that woman was more divine than he was. So he put her less than and made him on top. That's how we serve, or in Christianity, you know, they look up to Jesus and even God the Father. You know, why is God not the mother? Because again, this patriotic system wants you to spiritually invest into the ideology of man being greater than woman. And I don't believe that. Even in the Bible, they tell you that Eve is the cause of all, you know, sins, and she cursed and da-da-da-da-da. If you look at the word menstruation, I already told you this before. One of the definitions of curse, one of the definitions of curse is menstruation. Okay? So everywhere you go, sometimes even in, I want to say the Islamic or the Muslim religion, if you're on your menstruation, you know, you're on your period, you can't even go into the mosque because you're considered cursed. What kind of God would create a system like that? You got to think about it. We have to start really being spiritual speakers and truth seekers and start understanding that this shit don't make sense. Like, why would the Creator put a system in place that only degrades women? Maybe because they're hiding something from us. Who started these religions? Because at one point we had a spiritual system, and then over time it created a religious system. Religion means you have to believe in something. Spiritual means you know something. I don't have to believe in the Creator. I know there's a Creator. I don't have to believe I'm a God. I know I'm a God because the Creator creates itself and manifests what it wants to, how it wants to express itself through physical expression. Meaning that I still have that God-like spiritualness inside of me, but I'm just operating through this physical vessel for the Creator to express itself, if that makes sense. So, again, women, don't feel the need to degrade yourself for this money, because again, money is for the man. That's the ego shit. That's all for the devil. Okay, that's your devil self, and your God self just need money. It just wants to spread love and positivity and just love on each other, love on yourself, speak positively to not only yourself but those you come in contact with, especially with nature. Do right by nature. Nature will do right by you. Okay, it's constantly recycling itself. We're not running out of any resource. Don't let them tell you that. That's a fucking lie. We are the earth is constantly regenerating itself over and over again. Okay, and I just want to show all love to women all around the world and let you know you are beautiful. And if somebody hasn't told you that, then I'm telling you right now, you are inside and out, and you need to reclaim your throne as the goddess that you are. whether it be in your relationship, if you're single, it don't matter. You know what I mean? My wife especially, I always tell her all the time that you have this divine power that you don't even acknowledge sometimes. You have so much untapped potential that I just can't wait for you to unlock. You know what I mean? Because I see it, but unfortunately she doesn't just yet, but she's getting there. So let me get my shout outs. I want to shout out, I already told her last week, Hadia Green, but I'm going to shout out again, Hadia Green. She is the black woman who came up with the cure for cancer. So there's no more chemo and all this radiation bullshit they doing to us. You know, so shout out to her. Another black woman who's doing big things is Ramona Hood. She is now the CEO of FedEx. That's doing big things, man. So shout out to both of those lovely ladies. She actually started off as a receptionist at 19 and 28 years later moved her way up all the way to CEO. So that's big. That's huge, man. I find it very inspirational, especially for my wife, because she just started her job 2.5 years ago as just like, you know, a floor salesperson or whatever, just, you know, doing shit, helping on the racks, putting clothes away and all sort of bull. And then now she worked her way up 2.5 years later to she's a store manager now. Like that's huge, bro. You know what I mean? And I told her, like, that's proof that you have a connection with the creator and the creator's working through you. But you have to allow it sometimes. Allow that spiritual presence to enter you and speak life and speak positivity into the world and block out all the distractions, okay? So I love every single woman who's helped me throughout my journey, whether you realize it or not. You played a big role, my wife especially. Obviously, you know I love you, girl. You've been doing amazing things with me and brought me out of that dark, evil place I was in mentally and spiritually and brought me over to this light. So I appreciate you for that. My mother, she's always been my rock, and I love you. I know we have our differences, but at the end of the day, I know that I can come to you whenever I need to, and we can have, you know what I mean, those discussions on anything, and you have my back. My mother-in-law, for allowing me to stay in this nice house. I know I paid, but it's like she's always making sure I'm taken care of, and if I have any questions, I feel comfortable to come to her with anything. My mama, aka my auntie, she's the one who helped raise me when my mother was in the military. So my grandmother as well, my mom's side and my father's side. It's just a lot of women who, you know, spoke positively in my life and helped shape who I am today. You know what I mean? Like, and just reminded me that we need to start respecting our women and speaking positively to these women. If you're in a relationship, like I said, who is a man who's constantly degrading you, putting you down, and you know, wants you to live that stripper life, look up Sarah Baartman, okay? SarahBaartman. Look it up on Google. And it's a pretty sad story, but it'll explain to you where stripping originated from and how all that shit started. She was forced out of Africa because she was very thick and, you know, very, you know what I'm saying, curvy in the right areas. I want to respect her and not, you know, talk bad on her or anything like that. But these Europeans took her out of her home and, you know, showed her off all throughout Europe. And they called it like a tour, like she was a damn celebrity, but she wasn't. She was, you know what I'm saying, a very well-endowed woman, black woman, and they raped her and tortured her and did all kind of things, and eventually she died from STI, I believe it was. So every time women, you on that pole, stripping and shit, and doing all that shit for money, just remember where that shit came from, okay? I want women to start loving on themselves, because if you truly love yourself, you wouldn't have to degrade yourself to get naked in front of men for men's physical pleasure, for him give you money, because that money is coming from a demonic place. It's not coming from a place of, let me help you, let me help invest into your business. If your body's your business, you've then destroyed your temple. Remember, your body's your temple. You've not made your temple no more. It's now a business. So that's on some man shit. You know what I mean? That's feeding the ego. So just reminding women, man, y'all are great. Y'all do miraculous things constantly. The universe is constantly doing this thing, and that's obviously, in my opinion, very feminine energy with the universe, you know, being Mother Earth, Mother Nature, and all sort of stuff. So we just got to remind ourselves to respect women. Women, respect yourselves, and hopefully we can reverse the energy back to its original state of a matriarchal system and not a patriarchal system. And that's all I got for y'all, man. I thank you so much for staying tuned. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, man, shout out to you, man. I really appreciate it. I know sometimes we can't give ourselves attention to something for too long if it's not like entertaining and funny, but I like educating. I feel very empowered to educate people. I love educating, and I love doing my research. So as always, man, let's elevate to be great, be a beacon, not a burden. Spiritual speakers, big Big up yourself, man. Scuba Speaks. I'm out. I love y'all, man.